When we talk about Ukraine today, our minds almost automatically think of the great tragedy that has struck the country. But Ukraine is much more than its current state, with a rich and complex history. The country is a land of contrasts and surprises. In this video, we'll explore 18 sensational facts about Ukraine, revealing a side of the country you may never have imagined. From ghost towns and spooky attractions to eccentric festivals and quirky traditions, get ready for an intriguing journey through one of the world's most enigmatic nations. So let's dive into these incredible facts and find out what makes Ukraine such a unique and fascinating place. Number 1. Ghost Town. Pripyat, a city located near Ukraine's northern border, is perhaps the most famous example of a modern ghost town. Founded in 1970 to house workers at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, Pripyat had a population of around 49,000 before it was evacuated on April 27, 1986, the day after the nuclear disaster. The explosion at Chernobyl's Reactor 4 released a massive amount of radiation, forcing the rapid and urgent evacuation of the city. Residents were informed that the evacuation would be temporary, leading many to leave their belongings behind. However, the radioactive contamination rendered the area uninhabitable for thousands of years. Today, Pripyat is a popular destination for so-called dark tourism. Visitors from all over the world want to explore its deserted streets, abandoned buildings, and never-opened amusement parks. The rusting Ferris wheel and school halls with still-open notebooks offer a bleak, frozen-in-time view of how life was abruptly interrupted. Visits to Pripyat are regulated and require specialized guides due to the levels of radiation still present. Although parts of the city are relatively safe for short visits, visitors must follow strict rules to minimize exposure. Number 2. Deepest metro station in the world. The Arsenalna metro station, located in Kiev, is the deepest in the world, reaching an impressive depth of 105.5 meters below ground. Inaugurated in 1960 as part of the project for Kiev's first metro line, the station continues to serve thousands of passengers every day. The extreme depth of the station is due to the geography of the city, especially the elevation of the nearby hills and the valley of the Dnipro River. To reach the platform, passengers have to get off on escalators that take about 5 minutes to complete the journey. Arsenalna is a remarkable example of underground engineering and is a must-see for metro enthusiasts. In addition to its record depth, the station impresses with its classic Soviet architecture, which reflects the history of the era in which it was built. Number 3. Tunnel of Love. The Tunnel of Love, located near Klavin in Ukraine, is a natural railway tunnel surrounded by lush vegetation. This stretch of railroad, which runs for around 3 to 5 kilometers, is used by a private train that transports timber to a nearby factory. During the spring and summer, the trees and bushes along the railway line form a green tunnel that becomes a popular destination for couples and photographers. Local legend has it that if a couple makes a wish while crossing the tunnel, their wish will come true, as long as their love is true. The Tunnel of Love attracts visitors from all over the world and is especially known for its romantic photographs. The natural beauty and mystique surrounding the tunnel make it one of the most picturesque and enchanting places in Ukraine. Number 4. World's largest musical instrument. The trembita is a traditional Ukrainian Carpathian musical instrument known for being the longest trumpet in the world. This wooden instrument can reach up to 4 meters in length and is mainly made of spruce or pine. Traditionally, the trembita was used by shepherds in the mountains to communicate messages over long distances, call community meetings, or announce important events such as births, weddings, and funerals. The sound of the trembita is strong and resonant, capable of traveling for several kilometers. This instrument also plays a significant role in Ukrainian cultural celebrations and festivals, and is often played together with other folk instruments. In addition to its practical function, the trembita has become a cultural symbol of the Carpathians and Ukraine in general, representing the country's mountain heritage and traditions. Number 5. Salt mines. The Soledar salt mines, operated by Artyomsol, are one of the largest and oldest in Europe, with tunnels stretching over 200 kilometers. These mines are home to impressive underground galleries, including a church carved out of salt, a soccer field, and a concert hall known as the Sal Symphony Hall. In addition to their industrial function, these mines were also used for health treatments due to the therapeutic properties of salt air, a practice known as halotherapy. However, with the Russian invasion of Ukraine, operations at the Soledar mines were severely impacted, resulting in the suspension of production and the destruction of part of the infrastructure. Number 6. Easter eggs. The art of decorating Easter eggs, known as pisanka, is an ancient Ukrainian tradition that dates back centuries. The word pisanka derives from the Ukrainian verb pisati, which means to write or to inscribe, referring to the technique used to create the intricate patterns on the eggs. Using wax and dyes, each egg is decorated with symbolic designs that represent wishes for good luck, health, and prosperity. Each region of Ukraine has its own styles and patterns of pisanka, making each egg a unique work of art. Traditional designs often include geometric motifs, floral elements, and animal figures. The colors used also have specific meanings. Red symbolizes joy and love, yellow represents abundant harvests, and black is associated with eternity and respect for ancestors. Number 7. Women in command. With the outbreak of war in Ukraine, many women have taken on roles that were traditionally carried out by men, challenging gender norms and redefining their roles in society. The mobilization of men to the front line has left a significant gap in various areas, from agriculture to defense, and Ukrainian women have risen to fill these gaps. On the front line, women are not only acting as doctors and nurses, but also as soldiers, drone operators, and military instructors. They are receiving intensive training and participating directly in military operations, playing crucial roles in the country's defense. This phenomenon is challenging deep-rooted gender stereotypes and demonstrating the capacity and courage of women in conflict situations. Beyond the battlefield, women are also taking on vital roles in essential sectors such as agriculture and industry. With many men mobilized, women are managing farms, operating heavy machinery, and ensuring the continuity of agricultural production. This role is vital for maintaining the country's economy and guaranteeing food supplies during the conflict. In the cities, many women are becoming community leaders, organizing humanitarian aid efforts, coordinating evacuations, and providing psychological support to those affected by the war. They are creating support networks to help displaced families and mobilizing resources to meet the basic needs of civilians. The war in Ukraine is accelerating a significant shift in gender roles, with women excelling in a number of areas and demonstrating resilience and adaptability. This transformation is not only helping to sustain the country during a time of crisis, but is also paving the way for a more equal society in the future. Number 8. Witches' Festival. In the Carpathian Mountains, the annual festival of witches and warlocks takes place in Polonina Borjava, Zakarpattia region. This event brings together practitioners of mysticism and esotericism to celebrate ancient traditions and perform pagan rituals. Participants wear traditional costumes, take part in magic workshops, and watch theatrical and musical performances inspired by Ukrainian folk legends. The festival attracts both locals and tourists interested in exploring the cultural and spiritual roots of the region. Number 9. Café Masochist. In Lviv, Ukraine, there is a unique themed cafe called Masok Cafe, inspired by the life and work of Leopold von Sacher-Masoch, the famous writer who gave rise to the term masochism. This cafe offers an immersive experience with decor and presentations reminiscent of medieval torture. The staff, dressed in themed costumes, interact with customers in a provocative way, recreating scenes and practices reminiscent of Sacher-Masoch's writings. Located on Serbska Street in the historic center of Lviv, the cafe attracts both tourists and locals interested in an unusual experience. Number 10. No whistling. In Ukrainian culture, there is a widely followed superstition that whistling indoors brings bad luck. According to popular belief, whistling can attract financial difficulties and misfortune to the family. This tradition is especially strong in rural areas, where many people still strictly adhere to these beliefs. As well as avoiding whistling, other superstitious practices include avoiding leaving shoes on the table and not passing objects directly through the hands. These beliefs are part of the rich Ukrainian folklore and are passed down from generation to generation as a way of preserving the culture and avoiding bad luck. Number 11. Haunted Castle. Olesko Castle, located in the Lviv region, is widely known for its reputation as being haunted. Built in the 13th century, this medieval castle has a history full of turbulent events, including invasions, occupations, and tragedies. These experiences have contributed to the many ghost legends associated with the site. Visitors and castle staff often report sightings of apparitions and the existence of unexplained sounds such as footsteps and whispers in the old rooms and corridors. One of the most famous stories is that of the Lady in White, a spirit who supposedly wanders the corridors at night. Another legend tells of a ghostly monk who was buried alive in the castle walls. In addition to its stories of hauntings, Olesko Castle houses an impressive collection of art and antique furniture and is an important historical museum. Among the items on display are paintings, sculptures, and artifacts that reflect the rich history of the region. Number 12. Bad roads. The roads in Ukraine are notoriously bad, with many in terrible condition due to years of neglect, corruption, and lack of adequate funding. Potholes, uneven surfaces, and inadequate signage are common throughout the country. The severe climatic conditions, with harsh winters and hot summers, contribute to the formation of these potholes and the rapid wear and tear of the roads. In addition, the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine has diverted resources that could be used for infrastructure, exacerbating the problem. The poor condition of the roads represents a significant challenge for the country's transportation and economy. Number 13. Flag of Ukraine. The flag of Ukraine is made up of two horizontal stripes that are the same width. The upper stripe is blue, representing the clear sky, while the lower stripe is yellow, symbolizing the golden wheat fields. The flag was adopted after Ukraine's independence from the Soviet Union in 1992. The blue and yellow colors have been used historically in the region and were present on previous flags, such as during the Ukrainian People's Republic in the early 20th century. This flag is an important symbol of Ukrainian identity and cultural heritage. Number 14. Beware of flowers. In Ukraine, there is a strong cultural tradition that advises against giving flowers in even numbers. Even-numbered flowers are traditionally associated with funerals and occasions of mourning. Therefore, giving a bouquet with an even number of flowers can be interpreted as a bad omen or a lack of respect. For celebrations, birthdays, and other festive occasions, it is customary to give flowers in odd numbers, such as 3, 5, or 7. This cultural practice is widely followed and respected throughout Ukraine. Number 15. Podolia Cave. Optimisticheskaya Cave, located in the Podolia region of Ukraine, is the second longest gypsum cave in the world. With around 260 kilometers of mapped passages, it is a fascinating underground labyrinth that attracts speleologists and adventurers from all over the world. The cave was discovered in 1966 by Ukrainian speleologists and has since been the subject of countless explorations and studies. Optimisticheskaya is famous for its plaster formations, vast galleries, and unique underground landscapes, making it one of Ukraine's most impressive natural treasures. Number 16. Oleshki Desert. The Oleshki Desert, located in the Kherson region, is the largest sand desert in Ukraine and one of the largest in Europe. Covering an area of approximately 160,000 hectares, the desert is characterized by vast sand dunes that can reach up to 5 meters in height. This natural phenomenon arose due to the intense activity of sheep grazing in the 19th century, which destroyed the vegetation and allowed the sand from the banks of the Dnipro River to spread inland. Oleshki is a popular destination for tourists and adventurers who come to explore its unique landscapes and challenge its extreme conditions. The desert is also used for military training due to its challenging terrain. The area around the desert is rich in biodiversity, home to many species of plants and animals adapted to the arid conditions. Number 17. Ukrainian vodka. Horilka is the Ukrainian term for vodka and is a traditional alcoholic drink deeply rooted in the country's culture. Produced from grain or potatoes, horilka is known for its purity and strong flavor. Unlike Russian vodka, Ukrainian horilka is often flavored with various natural ingredients, such as pepper, honey, herbs, and fruit, creating a wide variety of flavors. One of the most famous variants is the horilka with pepper, called pertsivka, which includes red peppers, giving the drink a distinctive spicy flavor. Horilka is traditionally consumed on festive occasions, such as weddings and holidays, and is often accompanied by traditional toasts and songs. The production of horilka is an art that is passed down from generation to generation, reflecting Ukraine's heritage and cultural pride. Major Ukrainian brands such as Nemirov and Khortytsa are known internationally, exporting the drink to many countries and highlighting the quality of Ukrainian horilka on the global market. Number 18. Europe's largest country. Ukraine is the largest country entirely located in Europe, with an area of around 603,000 square kilometers. This ranking excludes Russia, which is the largest country in the world, but whose territory extends mainly into Asia. The comparison is made considering only those countries whose entire territory is in Europe. By this criterion, Ukraine surpasses France, which has approximately 552,000 square kilometers. France is often considered the second largest when only the continental parts of Europe are included, without considering its overseas territories. Ukraine's vast territorial expanse includes large fertile plains, known as steppes, which contribute significantly to its agricultural economy. This characteristic, combined with its large geographical area, gives Ukraine an important role in the European context in terms of natural resources and agricultural production. This brings us to the end of another journey through our beautiful world. If you want to continue traveling with us, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure.